Hi there and welcome back to Covey Fabrics DIY channel. My name is Amy and I'm visiting you today from Artisan Upholstery Studio right here on YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to make some easy cushions for a mid-century chair like this one, but this is helpful advice if you want to make a cushion for any kind of chair or sofa. It doesn't have piping, so it makes it very simple. So this is the velvet I'm working with today. It's distressed and the color is very retro. So I'm going to take the measurements of my chair and then I'm going to cut the pieces 1 inch bigger all the way around, and that allows for a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So for example, if your seat is 20 by 20, you're going to cut it 21 by 21. Now you do want to mark the tops of these panels so that you can keep track of which way is up and which way is down. This is the border panel for the cushion, and because my foam is 4 inches thick, I am cutting the border panel 4.5 inches thick. So that allows me some compression of the foam for added softness. Now this one I am cutting in half because this is the zipper panel. So there's the border panel and the zipper panel. The zipper gets cut in half so that we can create a zipper. So this is the zipper and we're going to fold it over about 1 inch and then sew it overlapping the teeth of the zipper. And you're going to sew it as close as you can to the zipper. And you're just going to make sure that it's nice and even and straight. And then you're going to do the other side. So I am trimming my zipper panel to be the same width as the border. So I am cutting it down to be 3.5 inches wide. My zippers have an arrow which tells me which side the zipper head will be installed. So I'm going to take the border and I'm going to sew it to the zipper. And it should have a little stopper on the open end. So I'm just making sure that the border wraps all the way around. And on this side, I need a little extra piece to reach the border on this side. So I'm going to cut that extra piece out of a scrap piece of fabric, making sure that the nap runs in the same direction. So now I'm ready to start stapling the border onto the cushion panel. And I start at the back so that the zipper is even on both sides and wraps around the corner evenly. You'll want to make relief cuts on the corners to get a nice rounded edge along the corner. That'll keep your fabric from puckering and it'll make it look a lot smoother. can trim it down to just have a little bit of an allowance here for folding and stitching. And then you're ready to start sewing. You want to give yourself a 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's the standard for the upholstery industry. And you want your corners to be a little bit rounded. If you make them too square, then they're going to look like rabbit ears on the corners. So round them off on the corners. So I'm making a little adjustment here because my fabric is a little stretchy, but this is the very last piece, so everything is going to work out just fine. So I'm ready to join the two ends. So I'm just going to find the place where I'm going to do the stitch, and I'm going to cut it a 1/2 inch above that, and then I'm going to trim it very straight. So I want to make sure that I'm cutting it on a 90-degree angle on both sides. And then when I sew this with my 1/2 inch seam allowance, it should be the correct length. So we're ready now to start attaching the second panel. So you want to find all your corners and put the relief cuts in first. So what I'm doing here is I am matching up the corners and then just putting one staple so that the corners are all perfectly aligned. So you can start adding your staples to the center all the way around. You just want to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly. And once you've got that stapled on, you'll be ready to sew it all together. Of course, at the end you want to remove all those staples, and I have this little flathead screwdriver to help me take out those staples. So I'm cutting my foam to be the correct size to fit my seat. So whatever your measurement of your seat was, that is the size you're going to cut your foam. So you can use a serrated blade to cut your foam, or a foam cutter if you have one. So next I'm going to add a thick layer of bonded polyester to my foam cushion. So now that we've got our seat done, I'm going to go ahead and make the back cushion. The procedure is exactly the same as the seat, and now I'm going to fill it in the same way that I did the seat cushion. So here's our finished chair, looking really retro and really chic. I hope you enjoyed this video.